Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab. This is in the wee hours of the night. This time I'm doing some late night grooving. I got a nice little lesson for you. Yeah, I'm out here in the lab and I'm in the book. Woo! I'm going to take you from hell to heaven. Let's go. This should be interesting. I got a few lessons here. I'm going to cherry pick around the information because there's a lot of fluff here. I'm done with the fluff. I'm just giving you meat and potatoes. So let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my story. For life, I give you life lessons. Tune in to receive. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know. It's simple. Spiritually asleep, They're spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers, we getting to the meat and potatoes. We getting starting to get good because now I'm teaching. I got the hat on. I mean, I'm working. I'm teaching. So we're going to, right thinkers, let's talk about from the Thai earth to the Duat realm, which is considered heaven. So I changed it up. We going from hell to heaven. The Duat is where Ra dwells. That's where you want to go back to. That's where you come from. So let's get a little lesson about that. I'm going to see if I can get you to understand this concept. I think it's good. So let's see if I can make it work for you. So on the highest level, this is also discussed in the Anuian theurgy, which is the book, as well as referred to it also. What? Ra is the divinity, the number one. One. Everything comes from the one. Ra, he represents the one in the Anuian theurgy. In the Waset or Thieves, you got Amun in one and you got Ptah in the other. So Amun, Ra, Ptah, we're using Ra this time. Let's go. Ra represents the one. But when you recall that all of this we were talking about related to what? The tree. And it has to do with the realm of what we call time and space. That's the lowest level. That's the densest level. That's human physical form. We call it hell. Watch this. And that's the realm of what we call generation. We having sex, we multiplying, we being fruitful. That's the physical world. That's fine, okay. But beyond time and space is what they call the absolute. That's where God dwells. In spirit, remember, God is spirit and consciousness. He ain't in physical form. And when you get beyond time and space, that's when you get to God. There is what? No generation. I told you I gave a lesson. Ain't no sex in heaven. No, I ain't got time for that nonsense. No, that's down here. Up there, nothing moves, nothing shakes. It's just there. Okay? Get the concept? That's where the spirits go to chill. For what? Eternity. They got nothing to do, nowhere to go. They ain't worried about nothing. Big trying to reproduce. They ain't doing nothing but being them and just being what? One with God. That's the concept. And meaning there is no sex, no generating of things. Nothing moves or forms. It's just what they call Urantif, the region, or Amenta. Urantif means, again, that place where nothing grows. No generation, no movement, no nothing. Still life. That's going back to where we come from, aka the new, but we call it the Duat. Alright? But they're not even thoughts. You ain't got to think when you're there. You ain't got to talk when you're there. You ain't got to have no ideas when you're there. You ain't got to have concepts. There is nothing to differentiate. You are the all. No matter, no differentiation matter, no objects. Since there is what? No duality. One. Everything is. See, George had that covered a long time ago. Love you, dude. And there is only oneness. And that is what they call the absolute, the all, the nirvana, whatever you want to call it. Amenta, Uranti. It's a bunch of names for it, and everybody got a different concept for it. A lot of people call it heaven. We call it the next casual, Duat, whatever, never world. It's a whole bunch of concepts and names about it. But the kicker is you got to reach it for yourself. What somebody talk about means nothing. You got to make your own. And that is where the tree is taking you as an individual out of the realm of what? Generation, and to the realm of absolute. That's the goal. Y'all saying Christians go from heaven, from earth to heaven, all that good stuff across, but it's all conceptual. But once you manifest principles and concepts that you can set forth and manifest, now you know it to be true for yourself. Then what somebody else think or feel. My man said best, I serve the God of my understanding. I don't know about your God, but the God I serve, he served me back in blessings. So if you ain't getting that from the God you serve, you might want to check my God. Moving on. But now you're in the realm of what? Generation, which is here. Hell. Hell just what? Repopulates, regeneration, reincarnates. That's what's hell. That's it's a constant going. In the Duat, Urantia, ain't none of that going on. I want to go there. Why? I'm done with this nonsense. That's why. Okay? Moving on. But that's my concept. But you go in there, the realm of generation, which we hear here, that's the area of the tree. Now, the absolute differentiates what? Him or herself into many aspects. That's God becoming what? Multiplied, different things. Every individual is a part of God. That's God having different experiences in the physical form. Conceptually, again. But many cosmic forces in many forms, that's God. At many levels. Hermes thought, Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great. That means he's great in the physical world, he's great in the astral, and he's great in the Duat. That's you being conscious of every level of yourself, in conscious level. From the bottom to the top. I'm taking you through that lesson right now. We started at the bottom, aka hell, so you can understand that concept. Watch this. You have many forms, the levels of existence of what? Consciousness. Again, 3 stages. And we are living, experience in the physical form here at the bottom of the most level, which is the top, Earth. Okay? Understand that. This is where we are. Now what we got to do? We got to raise Atlantis. Who's Atlantis? Us. Raise Atlantis to the top. Come on, man. I just tied all them dots. I done put all them dots together so I see the big picture. Trying to get you to see it too. Let's go. So I'm going to bypass the fluff. I gave you this lesson about the Trinity of Ra. Okay? The 3. Capri in the morning. That's the scarab-head beetle. Okay, the breakdown of that. Ra at high noon. This is him in his glory. But guess what? Just like life, he gets old. This is Tim. This is Ra Tim. He done lost the serpent. He getting old. He need a stick. But that's the phase of life. Man's going to go through that. And if you go through every phase, master understand it, at the end of it, there's a reward. You rent it. That's where you go. No more doing nothing. No more phase. I just broke it all down for you. Hope you understand. Let's go. This is fun. I like this one. Now, let's get over here to, so in essence, Ra is in the realm of what we call the Duat, or the Tuat. Remember, I ain't going to time for that. But the Duat, in the pet level of creation, we have what they call the cosmic divinity. I showed you from the breakdown with the big scale, from the noon, the Duat, all that concepts, and this is right here. Okay? And at the top of it, you see, it says, the Duat is where Maya, Hadu, and Tahuti dwell. Those are all aspects, concepts. They ain't in the family, okay, on the family tree. They're on the outskirts in the Duat, but that's what they do. Then that's in the Duat. In the pet, that's the heavenly area. The Ta is the physical. I broke that down for you in my own lesson. I lost my page. Okay, here we go. But yeah, it's all conceptual, and when you can understand, I'm trying to break it down where you can understand. Now you can implement it and use it to your benefit and profit thereby. And they say, profit what? Prosperity. Good things that happen. Blessings that come to you. Good things will be bestowed to you. That's what it means. And again, Ra is in the realm of the Duat. And in the pet level of creation, we have what we call cosmic divinity. I'm going to break it down for you in a minute. That go to compose the main elements. Again, the first 5 are elements, nature of creation. Shu, air. Tufnu, moist air, water, are the air and ether, and the cosmic energy that is termed as water, which is Tufnu, respectively. They also represent the elements of creation. Without air, we can't breathe. Without water, the world can't be moistened. The green grass can't grow. Why? Because we got water here. We got water coming from above. That's Tufnu. Those are elements that God put in place. Watch this. Start creation. And from the standpoint of this physical universe, Earth, you got water, air, and Ra, of course, is what? Fire. Earth, heaven, air, water. Those are the 5 elements. The 6th is what? Man, the beast. Mark of the beast. The soul comes to spirit and matter. Spirit turns into matter. That makes us the mark of the beast. 6 neutrons, 6. We carbon-based beings. People teach that all the time. I don't teach that. Why? I know it, but that ain't what I teach. I understand it. Moving on. Again, you can find people giving all the information. If you're ignorant about anything you want to know, that's a you problem. Why? Because we can go to YouTube and find everything. Everybody talking about everything on here. This information age. Everybody got information, you're sharing it. All that nonsense, I ain't got time for that. Moving on. I'm a teacher. I'm a content creator, not nonsense creator. Moving on. But when you're in this realm, the earth, again, elements set forth. The tie section is the most important for your spiritual aspirants, which is us, to concentrate on. Why? Because you are the beginning at the bottom of the tree. You got to work your way up. It takes work. But if you're not beginning, if you got little experience, you ain't beginning at the bottom, that means you are somewhere above, and that's cool. You don't need to be here. Why? Your level of understand that. Okay, if I'm in high school, I can't go back to 8th grade and want to do 8th grade again because I'm going to be smart and be better than everybody else. You can't do that. Don't work that way. Okay? But if you are here at the top, that means you are what? Not an aspirant. That means you already realize what? The higher truth. You should be awakened if you're at this level. So this don't pertain to you. I got a lot of friends and family members who are successful, so they don't need right thing. My son and my daughter said, Dad, that's cool, but we still working with what you gave us. So again, it ain't for everybody. Those who need it, those who want it, that's the option. Church or secret group or cults, that's all by choice. Masonry, you come and get the knowledge, okay? But we don't want to come tell you. Don't solicit. Moving on. Why? You show. But if you are a neophyte or an advancing aspirant, the right thinker in training, now how do you get to the higher truth? Top of the tree. I'm telling you, each one master. So you begin at the earth level, the bottom, where you are, and then you get to the pet. Pet is what's called the heavenly plane or the astral plane. That's where the body stays here and you go into the next level in your sleep, meditation, stuff like that. And then if you are now able, meaning if you do your what? Righteous spiritual work, Shidi, study, practice daily, what? The spiritual disciplines. And you're now working on purifications by the ritual that you practice and your daily meditations on them. Now you yourself are able to enter into the Duat realm, which is all mental. And there, what? Discovering the singular divinity in time and space, the one God. Then you're transcending time and space with mind. You can now discover what? The all-encompassing divinity within your head. Feet running. And I gave you the concept, we gave you the concept of Meher. That's the female cow. Okay, the female aspect of Nabercha. Then you got Nabercha. Then you got the Haru Harati. Okay, Haru Kahuti, excuse me. And you got Nat. The Haru Karuti, that's the Sphinx. Okay, then you got Nat, that's the female with the spool. We call it Nat. And you got the Noon. These are all, what do you say? All of these call different names, but they all mean the same thing. They're in that area of the Duat. Why? Because they are all related to the same thing, the transcendental, the high level, the conception part, the mental part. And it got a thing here where I did discuss it with the lesson with the line, the different arrows, different colors. I'm bypassing that because I consider that the fluff. But it says, as for the green and the blue lines, the two lines have two arrows pointing. That's in the other lesson. So that didn't even know this lesson. So we're moving on. And so these are crucial for beginning your spiritual journey, to understanding the tree of life and how you can maneuver through it. And on your personal spiritual journey, that's coming next, the cosmic mythical journey. That's what I'm trying to set you up for. Every lesson is to take you another step. Right now, we're in the third ring, just getting started, of the tree. And they will be explained in more, I'm going to break it down for you, in more detail later. Why? Because since they relate to what we call special relationships between those divinities, and they point out what? For now, but just let us recall some of the fundamental aspects of the concept of what we call the tree of life. The Tha, divinity, they come together to compose what? The human personality. Remember them? Okay. The Pet personality, they go to compose the physical creation, the next level up. And the next level, the Duat, that's the divinities that go to compose the more subtler aspect of creation that is beyond the physical universe and what we know to be the Noon. The divinities composed in the subtle principles, the substratum behind the subtle aspect of creation, meaning the higher concept. Again, these are the levels, okay? I took you through it before. You see over here in the corner where it says the Duat? The three people there are Hathor, Mayat, and Tahuti. That's the next level up. That's all stuff that goes on here, upstairs in the brain. And now the Pet is where you get Tefnut, Shu, Ker, and Nut. Those are the four offsprings of nature, creation, coming down to what? Asar, Aset. That's the mother. Nut is the great mother, okay? But to reach that level and have understanding, that's how we climb the tree of life, to break down each aspect, to learn it for yourself, to become like what? Them. And then you become master of what? Oneself. Now, it says here, all right, the Pet consists of this. Okay, now, every human being has these Tha, Pet, and Duat, as well as what we know to be the Nunu. That means you're available to reach all these levels. It's open to you. You got to be the decision maker. Okay, it's up to you. And right now, all these divisions, all these divinities, every human being has these: the Tha, the physical; Pet, the heaven; the Duat, which is the end result; and the Nunu, which everything comes from and goes back to. But all these is going on inside of you. These are all aspects of you. And if you didn't have them, you could not exist. Again, these are things that brings us to human physical form. Very simply put. So the question is how to discover them. And from the early position, the starting point, which is what? Haru, the child. We are born royal. We have to what? Fight off our ego self with the evil uncle Set. That's what's in you again. He's also in you. Haru and Set in the same body, just different mindsets, different heads. But we must understand what is above us. Haru means him up there. That's your higher self. Okay? Set means him down here. Hence, higher, lower, get it? Concept. And what's this? Now, from the early position, we must understand that is above us. What is above us? What is higher? What is to be striven for? To be turn your best self. All right. You aspire to reach your potential. What is to be achieved? The goal for us to achieve that. We call it Nihas. First of all, we must understand the Tha divinity and how they make up the main aspect of the earthly human personality. Let's give them to you. Let us look at right quick. Asar. He's the cosmic spirit function, aka the soul. That's in us, physical form. That's spirit become matter. That's what Asar represents. Again, you have to realize what we are talking about in the Anuian theology here. Why? Because we are not talking about the Asarian theology, two different concepts. In the Asarian theology, Asar has an expanded role along with being soul, and the Asetian theology, Aset has also a different role along with being the wisdom and intuitive personified. Remember what we said in the first lecture of the Anuian theology, what? That Anuian theology is the seed for what? For all other theologies. Everything practices this. That's what they're saying. All other theologies, religions, take these Anuian divinities, aspects of the same divine supreme being, call them by a different name, but same concept, and they develop whole theologies, what? Around them, around the God. And that is how you should understand the interrelationships between the different theologies of ancient Egypt. In the way you will not be confused with the Anuian theology with any of the other Netarian theologies of ancient Egypt. Furthermore, everybody has a soul, and that is Asar. Again, our Father, we the spirit from the soul. Even though they may not be recognized it as such or called it by that name, everybody has Neptet. What? We are born, that means the body is going to die. That's our mortality. That's understanding the physical body will perish. That's the aspect. And that your mortal existence. Physical. The spirit is what's immortal, okay? But everybody has the same capacity, again, to what? Learn. To become wise, and that is Aset. Another aspect of your character that's inside you that you can master, and everybody has what? Haru in them. I told you Haru is me and you, the spirit. We all have them. In this aspiration, Haru, we call aspirants. We were to be what? Perfected. You would become Haru if you, excuse me. That means you have mastered yourself while here on earth in physical form. You can't get to God without doing these things on earth. That's the difference. In every religion, say the same thing. Again, spin-offs. But you would become what? Now you would become the Per'ah, the Pharaoh. That means king of what? Yourself. Lower and upper Egypt. That means you got your set under control, your ego's under control, and you're your best self because you know who you are. You're Haru, the Son of God. That's what the Christians call Christ. He's the original Christ. I know that, but I don't even get that arguing that. If y'all can take that concept and it work for you, knock yourself out. I ain't got a problem with it. Moving on. So don't think I got a problem because I don't. Now, it is there. Oh, I'm almost done. Yeah. And there is one more thing. I always say, one more thing. All right. I'm at Pastor. Stay with me. I know where I'm going. That you should know here. And that aspect is number 1 and aspect number 10. Number 1 is Ra. Number 10 is Haru. That's me and you becoming what? Conscious of who we are while we're still in the flesh. Ooh, I like that. And we are what? Genderless. The spirit don't need to be male or female. Okay. And they encompass male and female divinity. That means the aspect, if it's feminine or masculine, that's all. They got to always be male or female. Let's understand that too. So Haru really represents what? Me and you. In other words, kings and queens is Haru. Okay? When you achieve that level, you become Haru. Therefore, a queen is also referred to Haru. The great he-she. So this is also why the kings and the queens wore the Nesepti. A symbol, also a word that means what? Ruler of upper and lower Egypt, which is back to you again. The ruler over what? Duality, becoming one with your higher self, which is what? Your Father, which is God. Christ, Christians, y'all say it all the time, wrapping it up. So now if you are not a ruler, the king or queen, that means if you are not a ruler, the king or queen, that means you are called Hekat, Hekat. Hecker is the word for what they call the crook. Royalty, he had a crook and a flare. They're going to break that down. That's to be the fluff. So I'm going to stop it right here. I see the clock going. No, let me finish. Let me wrap it up. I'm already get it out. Okay, if you were not a ruler, king, or the queen, you got the heckler, the words of the crook. Not a robber. Okay, crook, it's a instrument used by the shepherd for what? Hurting in someone who sheep herds. The farmer, that stick that got the hook on it, that's called the hook. And this is why the pharaohs and the queens, they hold the hecker, which is the neckah. That's the flail. That's the thing with the 3 straps on it, the 3 ropes on it. Okay, you see right here. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna read all that. This is the next lesson. I'm not doing that. You see right here, the crook and the flail. You see it? That's what Asar has in his hand. That represents kingship. Okay, royalty. All right. Now, and what it represents, the flare, right quick. You got neckback, which is the flare. And remember, the flare has 3 sections. Now, this messed me up. The flare is what you use to separate the chaff from the seed. I'm not a farmer. I don't have a clue what the hell that is. Okay? Went to look it up. It still broke down. So, yeah, I ain't a farmer, so that don't wheat, whatever they're doing. But this means that one strive. I know the philosophical aspect. What's this? Now, that means one striving for rulership needs to be able to what? Separate through his discernment truth from the untrue. That's Anubis. I know that. Okay? So when you got that quality, that's what that is. And of the 3 worlds, hello, thrice great, that means I'm great on earth, I'm great in heaven, I'm even great in the Duat. That's Hermes Trismegistus. That's me and you finding out who we are, how we are, and being conscious of every realm that we live in, of existence, so to speak. That's the lesson. Hope you got. Oh, wait a minute. Virtue. Oh, I ain't finished. Okay, the seed means, okay, the tie, the pet, and Duat. And then you reach what they call mystical reality. That means you have solved the mystery of yourself, your life, and became one with your higher self. That's the mystery of life. It's solved by those who reach that level by knowing thyself. And that's the higher reality. The mysteries of life are discovered. Bam! And virtues fail that are what? Frustrated by passions at every turn, meaning that's the ego not being tamed. If the ego is still in play, it's going to frustrate you at every turn. That's what they're saying. Conquer the ego. First level of self-mastery. Get the ego under control. Let it work for you, and you're good to go. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more. You know how we do. And in closing, right thinkers, may y'all let it be 100, me, 100 miles that day. So I never know my right thinkers who thrice on each level of reality and passed away. And you got that, you don't die. You multiply.